And Ethan Happ joins us now. Ethan, how much have you thought about, or I guess tried to avoid thinking about, the fact that Thursday marks your final home game at the Kohl Center?
I would say I've been putting off thinking about it for a while now. But I've been asked this question a lot about, my senior night and everything, and I think I always come back to, the experience that I've had over these 5 years was, exactly what I wanted them to be. They were a blast, and I got so much out of them. So, I'm not leaving here with any regret, even though, we'd like to win some more games here and there, but I enjoyed my time to the fullest, in my 5 years.
This is going to be an impossible question to answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So what's been the best part of the 5 years in Wisconsin?
Man, yeah, that is close to an impossible question just because there's so much to love about Madison and the people here. But it's cliche, but it's definitely the relationships I've built with my teammates over the years. Vito Brown, Nigel Hayes, Khalil Iverson, the guys on the team this year. That stuff's going to carry on way, way after basketball, and I think that's the best part of it.
How long ago does that seem for you? From the outside, for those of us who have covered your career since your redshirt year, it seems like it was decades ago. Clearly it wasn't. How long ago does that seem like for you?
It kind of seems like yesterday where, I was redshirting and I was watching Frank and Trey Jackson and Duye Dukin and Josh Gosser do their senior day here. And I was getting emotional at that even, just to see how much time, they put into the program, and then to see them go was it was a sad moment for everyone, obviously. But yeah, it kind of feels like yesterday.
And there have been so many moments just in the NCAA tournament alone, whether it was the game winner against Xavier, whether it was the shot by Florida to beat you guys in the game that would simply never end. Do you have singular moments that stick in your mind more than others?
I would say, the losses sting. I would say, those are the ones that, stick with you and for a while. But, yeah, definitely the shot at Xavier will always be there. Beating Villanova in the NCAA tournament, and a lot of memorable moments at the Kohl Center. A couple of court storms have been really fun. So there's a whole lot of variety to pick from.
How do you put into words what it means to you, knowing that your senior season, your last go-round, will include an NCAA tournament berth?
It's very special, and we know now that we can't take that stuff for granted. Last year was definitely a tough year for us, and there was a lot of factors that came into play when I decided to come back to Wisconsin. But a huge one was trying to make it back to the NCAA tournament. Start a new streak, and that we worked all off season. In the spring, in the fall, everything, and we were able to put a team together and really stick together throughout the whole season, and we were good enough and lucky enough that we got back to it.
I know you've been asked a million times what you'll miss most, but when I ask that question, I don't mean the relationships you talked about, your teammates, the games. I mean, what will you miss most about Madison? Your favorite burger, a recurring event that took place with teammates that we don't know about. What are you going to miss the most off the court?
Off the court, I would say probably going to the terrace with my teammates. For those who haven't been, I would say in the summertime, obviously. Summertime in Madison is really special. It's still lively, but not too many students running around. And being on the terrace with your buddies all day, and then even into the evening is something that I'm really going to miss about this place.
Ethan, you've handled the ups and downs of your career so well. What's your attitude and approach right now to being subbed out in late-game free throw situations?
You said it. I've had to deal with a lot of adversity throughout my career, and I'm still, I didn't throw in the towel on any type of free throw work or anything like that. I'm still putting it in daily, and hopefully I can get back to the point where I'm in the game all the way to the finish, because it's tough, being on the sidelines. You kind of feel helpless. But I believe in myself, and I just got to gain that trust back from Coach.
And I know there are some things that stay within the team from coach to player. What can you tell us about the conversations that you've had with Coach Gard and with your teammates about those kind of situations?
Coach Gard and I haven't really spoke on it too much. But, my teammates have always been so encouraging. They always believe in me and want me to get up there and knock them down. And, That's echoed throughout the whole locker room, not just a couple guys on the court, everyone on the bench included.
What has to happen for this team to make a run at either or both the Big Ten and NCAA tournaments?
It's obviously getting hot at the right time is a big part of it. You've seen that over the years in the NCAA tournament, Big Ten tournament. But I would say just playing together for a full 40 minutes, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs throughout a lot of the games. But we've played the type of seasons where the games have gone down to the wire, and we've lost a couple, but I think we've won more that way. And that's what it's going to come in the postseason. There's going to be a lot of games coming down to the wire, and which teams can finish and stick together and be just relentless throughout the whole 40 minutes.
Lastly, Ethan, you have games left to play. We hope you have a lot of games left to play. When it does come to an end and you take off that Badger jersey for the final time, how do you want to be remembered by the people who watched you play?
Man, that's a tough question. I guess I always want people to think that I was, a hard worker, gritty player, and, most importantly, I tried to make my teammates better. I tried to put them in spots and positions where they can succeed, and that's things that little intangible things that you guys don't always see. But I'd like to be remembered by a couple of those things, definitely.
Well said, as always. Full disclosure, by one of my favorite athletes that we've covered in the Big Ten tournament, or Big Ten network era, I should say, not just because of performance on the court, but off the court as well. Ethan, always great to catch up. Best of luck in the tournament. We'll see you in Chicago next week.
Yeah, thanks for saying that, man, and take care of yourself. Thanks for having me on.